Achieved with CryEngine. NVIDIA.
Attention to the paper doll. Make sure you guys are shooting the correct legs. Be careful of the collisions. I don't want to hear complaints about it. Work around it. Let's play this game.
I need another heavy. I've got TB and a quick draw.
I want to get fairly tight to it. Now, anybody who's going to be working range, I'm going to need you to fade right on this. And when anybody's running short, is going to stay towards the top of the caldera. We're going to come at them.
I have you in the Griff. Griffin.
Sounds good.
Well, that's the thing. We got to get to brawling range, so I may be moving us, right up to the hoop if we have to.
Wolverine nach Charlie 4.
It's fine, chill the out, man, it's fine, it's just a fire starter.
Komm, Leute, redet miteinander.
15 seconds.
Yeah, exactly,
Don't die.
guys,
15 seconds, don't die.
guys. 3, 2, 1.
Charlie Dar, CT, yellow. Okay, good. Get fully super good.
There. To your left, there's a... Sorry, shit. So, jetzt guys, hinter the indie pockets,
Mediums be prepared to pull back E40 towards the E5 border.
On my mark. Left side! Come on! Like now. I need strikes on OP barrel. Wire are strikes up.
Die Hauptgruppe rechts zur Uferlinie.
They have 3 mechs sitting on the left side. When you pass over. Overheating is bad. Both legs on the Griffin. Hit the Griffin.
Sorry about that. That was such a
That's right. I'm gonna spawn Lance you guys in Charlie, Lance you guys in Bravo. That's B2C1.
This third drop is 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, 2 assaults.
Jetzt in die Breite, zieht euch in die Breite.
Lights, watch our backs. We're gonna about base and take up position in Bravo 6.
Ja, kurz Aufschaltung Delta 4-3 Stück, 2 Mediums einleiten, wie ich es richtig gesehen habe.
Make a firing line.
C4 Tactical Hill, boys.
Fox.
Laufen unter ECM, hab 2 durchlaufen, 10 Bravo 4.
And get ready to hit people coming from our right.
Charlie on the left, Charlie, Hellbringer on the left.
Okay, let's group up towards the left. We're gonna press through Bravo 3 to Bravo 4. I think they're kind of spread out.
Check yourselves. Make sure you've got, UAV cool shot.
Hey, here they come. They're pushing hard, guys.
Deco. Tez on.
Go. Oh, got a contact here, Bravo 3.
Nice, Marshall. I'm on Delta Griffin.
We'll get cross it then. Get in their face. They got a highlighter. They just push up on Theta. We need help on Theta. Up on Theta.
Yep, that's the noise. Go. Let's finish this.
Full pressure, guys. Full pressure. They're down low. They're down low in Charlie 3.
Get the f***ing arm, Jackson.
Jackson, cool shot.
Golf.
I got him.
Okay, go, P3, go.
Echo. Get over your medium, guys. Get Echo Stormcrow.
God, I suck as a pilot, but thank I packed my skill. I'm sorry that you died, sweet girls, but we will send a reasonably nice letter to your family.
Hello everybody, this is MechWarrior Competitives bringing you Tournament of Stars 5 versus 5 clan only, and it is the match of the night, Division A 5 JDX versus Mech Enjoyers, competing for first place with 5 JDX in the clear lead. And here with me I have Brower co-casting with me today. I'm Paradox42. Welcome to the stream. Hi Brower, how are you doing? And I think I don't have you on audio yet. Seems like I was not able to fix that right away. Let's adjust this immediately and see if we can work it out. And maybe you can try again and say something, please.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, this looks a lot better. Thank you so much.
Excellent. I noticed Ultimate Ghost is asking why the lobby tonnage limit. We can just get rid of that because it can make things a little bit awkward occasionally.
Indeed. But maybe interesting for our viewers, Tournament of Stars is 5 versus 5 clan only tournament. We are in the last week for Division A. We are gonna see 5 drops for the full match tonight, and there's a tonnage limit which is increasing from drop to drop. For drop 1 we have a 250 tons tonnage limit, which is increasing by 50 tons per drop. So drop 2 300, drop 3 350, drop 4 400, and drop 5 there's no limit at all anymore. And therefore, for some teams, we tend to put in the tonnage limitations, but especially here in Div A, the pilots should know their game, obviously. Before the match, there was a 1v1 between Carbon Fire and Ultimate Ghost, which decides which team can decide from which side they want to start for the first 3 drops. After 3 drops, the teams switch sides. This has been won by Ultimate Ghost, and his team 5JDX decided to start on the Team 2 side for the first 3 drops. They are all gonna be played on domination. And bro, I think 5JDX is a clear favorite here. They are leading their division with I think more than 20 points.
Yeah, I think they have 89 points total with the 1v1, if I'm counting that right. And then ME have 61, and they're the second place team. So 5JDX definitely have the inside lane to win, but ME, if they really smash 5JDX, they could take it.
Absolutely. And on the other hand, I think 5JDX has proved not only in this tournament but in the past tournaments as well that they are, for good reason, one of the top Division A teams, and they are going to be hard to beat. But on the other hand, Megan Joyas, even if the name might not be super familiar, has a top list of pilots on their roster as well. The most well-known probably Bowser, and still here rocking the MP tags. Uh, Therefore, if somebody can beat them, it's most likely McIntyre's in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we'll get some good matches. I wouldn't expect either team to blow the other out, but we'll just have to see. You never know. And I'm curious if either team has thought up some special strats for this important match, because sometimes you'll see that in Div A, which can make it pretty interesting.
I think especially here on Hellbow Outpost. I mean, it's only 250 tons, so therefore most likely we are going to see a lot of brawl, especially in the first drop. And so far the tournament has been proven to be quite brawl heavy, even if more range strategies, of course, work out quite well on certain maps as well. But that is what I would expect, at least for drop one. What's your expectation here?
Yeah, I think in general, the smaller the format, the more brawly a tournament is likely to be. But in Div A, higher skill players do tend to enjoy range play. Both teams are locked, by the way, so we can find out right away. I do think Hellebore, it's got a lot of elevation and low ground, so I think you're going to see jump jets on pretty much everything. Because if somebody falls down and they can't get out, I mean, that can be just like a lost mech, basically, and you you don't want that, especially Div A teams. They want mechs that can perform reliably, and that's going to be JJ's on this map.
Absolutely.
I think on everything, just about.
So let's load into the match here. And can you say something again?
What's up?
Perfect. I was just checking if the sound is not making any issues, but it looks good to me.
Excellent.
And
Drop ships coming in.
and I'm having a look here at Mech Enjoyers. What I see from them is 5 Vipers.
Capture the target area and engage any hostiles.
That is pretty much straightforward. Flamers and machine guns.
So
Bullets on some.
yeah, from 5JDX, I've got 2 Gargoyle Ds, which is a little surprising because no JJs, and one's got 6 SPLs, 10 ER micros. The other's got 6 SPLs, 8 ER micros. So I don't know, little difference there. And then we've got 2 Mislinks Gs with standard 8 heavy MG, 4 ER micro builds, I think, on both. And then a Viper with the 10 heavy MGs and 3 micros. So yeah, just full on brawl from 5JDX as well.
Yeah, but I think that's basically what we expect here, especially on drop 1. The lighter drop is just 250 tons. It's a lot more difficult to pull off any kind of range strategy because you're getting pushed so fast and usually do not have the time to deal enough damage on a ranged approach against the brawl deck, and therefore that makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if the heavier drop deck, or I guess the drop deck with assaults at all, if that's any difference, or if they're just kind of easily focused in this brawl once it develops.
I mean, it's not unlikely, and especially 5 Vipers with machine guns can tear off these legs pretty fast. But so far, Mech Enjoyers are holding back a little bit. Reviews are up on both sides. A bit of scouting is taking place on the side more in the middle from Bowser and the Viper, and Xios in the Viper.
Oh, 5JDX is going in. They're pushing those Vipers up high,
So
which of course they know.
Right now it's a 4v4 situation back here. And it seems like Call Me Jill was the first Viper to get focused, but he was able to rotate out. It's kind of a big mess, actually.
Yeah, the Gargoyles are getting focused. Go Gil's legged.
Both are down.
He's going to go down real soon.
Yes. There he dies. Unfortunately, we have a 3 here in the middle of the fight.
But Mech Enjoyers is up on kills for the moment.
2 kills for them. Both
Call Me Gil is about to go down, so it's evened up again. Bowser's pretty hurt. He's probably not long for this world.
And in terms of percentages overall, it seems like 5JDX has it. Another kill for them. 3 versus 2 right now. Tekken going down immediately as well. Since once upon
yeah, that's going to be it.
And now Yorman is the last one still alive. Focused by 3 people. Only question, is he able to get another kill on Xios here? But he is not.
That's unfortunate. But yeah. Interesting that the Gargoyle deck, it won there.
I think overall it was what we expected. Do you want to have a look at the damage numbers?
Yeah, I mean, the Gargoyles didn't do too much, under 200 for each of them. But other than that, the damage on 5JDX is pretty close. Kind of a similar story on Mech Enjoyers, Carbon Fire, and Bowser didn't do too much, but the others were all 200, 360. Jormungandr, who I think was the last to die, if I remember correctly, did the most.
Indeed. I'm just having a look if I can get the scores up properly, but it doesn't seem to work for me right now, therefore I'm not gonna do that. And let's get back into the lobby.
So that's going to be 3 points for Mech Enjoyers, 11 for 5JDX. If I'm counting the 1v1 there, because I didn't have that on
Yes.
my sheet before. So out of like the whole series, I guess it's 11 points for 5JDX so far, and I think they only need 20 something points to secure first. I think.
They are super close already to win the
Yeah.
division. We are switching to Viridian Bog right now. With changing to 300 tons tonnage limitations here. Of course, the teams do not have to take the full tonnage; they can stay below it, which happened in the last drop. And I'm having a quick look at the chat.
Yeah, they're saying you're a bit muffled.
Yeah, I read it.
That.
Guys, I had some issues with my sound in the previous stream already. I'm very, very sorry for it. I promise to change that in the future. This microphone seems to be working up on me, and I'm not probably able to fix it. An external new microphone is coming in, but I was not able to get it shipped here in time. Sorry about that. I hope the sound is a little bit better right now. I try to speak as clearly as possible for you to make myself understood. Let me know if I can tweak it a bit more for you people out there in the audience while we are having a look at the teams here. Bro, do you want to have a look at the map spread maybe?
Sure. So
Hmm. Yes. Absolutely. I think if it depends a lot on what the teams bring. If they really go full brawl, it doesn't matter too much to them. I would expect them to basically try to figure out where their opponent is and then just yeah, the mic is going further down its digestive tract. Illusion. Thank you very much for that comment, by the way. Um, if they are going full brawl, they are certainly just looking for the opponent and just try to get to them as fast as possible. If they have something in the back as Overwatch, which can happen even if in one of these lighter drops, it could be a different kind of setup, obviously. And for the, as you said, for the team one side, it might be somebody sitting up Echo 5 or more in the back of Echo 4. On the team 2 side, 5JDX, it might be somebody sitting up here in the Delta 7 area or sitting here in the back in the Delta 6 area, somewhere here. That would be possibilities as well, of course. Yes. And Mech Enjoyers are locked right now. They have 4 people on Alpha Spawn, 1 on Bravo. So they are more in the middle right now. It's they are not giving up on which side they want to engage or on which side they want to push. Um, I wouldn't be surprised to see them setting up Echo 5 in a way, or at least behind Echo 5, and then decide where they want to go. Yeah, I used to play it a lot back in the MRBC days, But it's a tricky map to play. I think on domination, it's more clear where you need to be and where you need to have at least one of your mechs. And 5JDX is locked as well with 4 mechs in Charlie. So middle heavy, 1 in Bravo. They're mirroring the situation of mech enjoyers here. And therefore, I would say we can launch the teams.
Supposed to hold the cap, whether they're like right up in the Delta 5 area or maybe there aren't that many places further back on the Team 2 side. But we'll see.
Absolutely. And we are in the match right now. The teams are still loading in, but I can see a little bit on the Mech Enjoyer side already. And what I get to see here is 3 linebacker H, the Summoner, and a Jenna to C.
All right, I'm heading over to 5JDX. We've got one of those mislinks again, Viper, same build as before. We've got the Executioner with 3 ERP, 10 ER Micros, one of my personal favorites. We've got a Direwolf with 2 Gauss, 4 ER Large, and then another Viper. So definitely like a hybrid brawl slash, well, yeah, really brawl wolf pack there with the Vipers and the mislinks, and then a couple traders.
Yeah, the
So they're
linebackers are all small pulls. The Summoner is just SM6s, and of course, the Jenna to C is, I haven't checked him actually. It's Bowser and
yeah,
the
it's going to be
Jenna is
SRoM
SM6.
sixes. Yeah,
Yes, absolutely, as expected.
probably 6 of them. Yep.
In 5JDX, with the Direwolf and maybe the Execution as well, they kind of have this Overwatch set up.
Yep, and they have jumped up, but of course, against the Jenner 2C, the linebackers, I think, I'm not sure if they can get up there. I haven't tested that. But all the mechs on the Mech Enjoyer side have JJs, so those high ground spots for the traders aren't perfectly safe.
No, they are not, and especially on the spot of Monkey Yatsu's Direwolf, there's the stairs in the back. Obviously, just Ultimate Ghost is on the higher spot, which is more difficult to reach. But if he would be the last alive, that wouldn't help too much as well. But I think this Overwatch position here from 5JDX could prove to be very strong.
Yep, and now we're just seeing Mech Enjoyers just sit. Just sit and wait. One of the less fortunate aspects of domination is, they have that 1 second advantage, and so they can just kind of hold. And unless one of the traders, like the XE would have to do this, can get a line on it, which at the moment it can't do that terribly well, they're pretty much safe there.
But then again, we need to think about the point system here for Tournament of Stars, and for everybody who is not aware of it. In every drop you can earn 10 points. One of the 10 points is for winning the drop. The other 9 come from kills. For the first mech you kill on the opponent team, you get 1 point and 2 additional points for each other mech you kill. So for 5 kills, that's 9 points plus 1 point for the win, 10 points in total. And if mech enjoyers still want to be able to compete for first place in this division, they need to get the kills here.
Yeah, they can't just kind of be a spoiler. And I noticed Call Me Gil, I imagine got a back shot there. I mean, could be back reg, but ate some of those PPCs,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate this early. So they have been chipped down a tiny bit, not much. It's not substantial.
Yeah, the percentages are still looking very good. 92 in Bowser, 96 in Jill.
Zeos is kind of harassing Bowser there,
A little bit.
just tickling him every now and then.
But it took another percent from Bowser, so
Yeah.
it works, and he is repositioning right now.
Yeah, they're kind of backed into a corner, but of course they still hold the circle. And 5JDX can't easily kill the gen either because it's kind of out of the way.
And the time is ticking down, basically in favor of 5JDX, even if they wouldn't get a kill here.
Yep, this is reminding me of old domination on old HPG, where teams would just sit in the basement. It's pretty much the truest equivalent of it that we've had in a while.
And we see Xios getting more and more ballsy here, going to the far flank of McEnjoyers in his Viper, trying to get eyes on them and figuring out what they intend to do here.
Yep, and of course it doesn't make a lot of sense for mech enjoyers to try and run over there because they could get hit on the way. He can just run away.
Acquired.
And he's actually
Oh, he's going to kill the gen.
He is killing the gen to make the
New target
timer
acquired.
even, and therefore it will be a tie in the end. The end will beat each other again, and this means no points for Megan Joyce if they engage.
New target acquired.
Vader right now.
Target spotted.
And this is the problem that you have with a brawl deck against this kind of setup is, either you have to run out in the open if you don't have good lanes, which on this map they're going to see you coming most likely.
This seems like to
or you
be
wait.
in preparation right now from McEnjoyers. They are about to engage and move into the fight here.
Yep, Gil took another hit, it looks like. Carbon Fire also taking hits.
Yoman Gundur taking hits by the Direwolf right now. Gogil
And now
Theos
Gogil and the
Mifflings.
Wolfpack.
The Wolfpack is on them with all the machine guns while they try to get to Ultimate Ghost in the Executioner. They're taking a lot of damage here. Gil, one of the focus targets, Tackett and Bugs being shot in the back badly by Xios here with the machine guns. Coming Gil down to 57% already. They are jumping up high.
Gil goes down.
On Ultimate Ghost, but Gil goes down, jumping up there. Xios is coming up there supporting. Human Gundur is backing up. Carbon Fire down to 79%. Human Gundur is 70-65. He seems to be going down any second soon.
Yeah, Jorman Gundur is going to go down any minute. His CT's one shot. There he goes.
Yeah. That's 2 kills.
Bowser's trying to take the Direwolf, but he's really shot up. And he goes down. This is an unfortunate drop for mech enjoyers.
The corner against Xios right now, getting a bit of from Tackett and Bugs, but that's definitely not enough. And Carbon Fire goes down. Bugs
and you just see the XC pushing him.
Yeah.
The trader pushing him because you have the 10 micros, so you can actually be pretty aggressive. Although he was one shot at least, and
Ultimate Ghost killed himself. Giving away at least 1 point for McEnjoyers for this couraged push into their firing lines, basically.
Yeah, so yep, that was not a great drop for McEnjoyers, unfortunately.
Certainly
just
not.
Didn't have an answer, I feel, for the traders, and that also shows up in the damage numbers. They did 528 for Ultimate Ghost and 508 for Monkiatso, and 2 kills for Ghost as well. So not just farm and damage, but overall 5JDX just put out more damage in that match across the board.
Yeah, that worked quite well for them. They are 5JDX is at 21 points right now already, and while McEnjoyers is still at 4, just getting 1 point from this drop for the 1 kill of Ultimate Ghost. That's not too much, unfortunately, and I think 5JDX is just a couple points away from winning the division.
Oh, chat is saying they can't hear me.
Oh, that was just for a brief moment. That was fixed immediately.
No, I think that's more recent from the looks of it.
It was during the map thread.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I fixed it even during the map thread. My bad.
That's okay. I didn't even realize.
Me neither, at least not in the beginning, unfortunately. So we are heading into drop 3, and the next drop is gonna be on Grim Plexus. And while the teams are setting up, what do you think? Should we have a quick look at the map thread again?
Sure.
And maybe explain what happened in the last drop before we head right into drop 3 because I think that could be interesting. And let me clear this up real quick. I think Mac and Joy has to basically explain real quick what they did. They basically went here into the Delta 5 area, setting up behind that hill, and just sitting there, like they wanted to figure out where the opponent is. And 5JDX, they had this setup we described earlier. Was I think one guy was it Delta 6? Right, yeah, Delta
Yeah.
6 and the Delta 7 ramp, right?
Yep, that's correct.
With the
And then they put their wolf pack kind of ranged just like generally, maybe they didn't go
yes,
that close, but they generally ranged around kind of on the side so that if mech enjoyers went in at all, they were going to either have to go through the wolf pack or they were going to get shot in the back by the wolf pack, depending on where they were set up. And because mech enjoyers didn't have a lot of range, they could sit really close. So we saw Zeos was like right here, and Bowser was right here. But Zeos was still very safe there because there just wasn't any range to cover that. I don't know, it's like 400 meters, 200
yes,
meters, I guess.
and especially due to being harassed, McIntyre even went further around Delta 5 to the back of the stairs in this area to be kind of safe from the harassment from Xeos Viper, which allowed Xeos to even move up further into Echo 4 and taking out Alpha Gen, evening out the timer of the domination circle to 1 minute for both sides, which finally caused McIntyre to push up on the side here, trying to have as much cover from the Dire's firing line over here into this direction. But it was not enough because what we saw from 5JDX was classic anvil and hammer basically.
Yeah, and also because they had the XE positioned closer in Delta 6, that mech is more push resistant, it's more mobile, it's got the micro lasers, and so it could deal with getting pushed earlier better than the direwolf. So I like that setup too, where the direwolf is kind of further back, more protected, unless there was a wide flank, which JDX's skirmishers should see anyway, or Wolfpack really should see anyway. But yeah, it worked out great for them.
Yeah, absolutely. How about we switch to the next map? As I mentioned, it's going to be Grim Plexus. 300 tons limitation. We are still on domination mode. What do you expect from the two teams bringing here?
So the spot is a little bit tricky because this domination circle is, it's kind of in this spot with cover and the hill. So I think you could set up some traders like for team one over here somewhere. There are some shelves, like there are shelves up here that you might be able to use, or you might use gas station. For team two, like Hamburger Hill, maybe if you really want to be cheeky, somewhere like up in a high spot there. Um, but you're still not talking about a whole lot of tonnage, so I wouldn't be too surprised to see like maybe aggressive laser vomit or something like that on this map. So you do have the range, but you have more DPS because you're not going to have full visibility of the cap. Or we could see heavier brawl potentially, but I think heavier brawl on this map would face a similar problem that they just faced on Viridian, where there are places to set up traders and you can potentially hold the cap while being protected.
I mean, what we have seen from other teams in here on this map is, especially on the Team 2 side, range setup on Hamburger Hill, which is extremely powerful. It's probably one of the strongest positions on the map overall, and with maybe two lights a bit more up front, one in the circle in the Fox 7 area, while the other is poking a bit more in on the left hand side on the golf line maybe even. to figure out where the opponent is going. And then we would have this hammer and anvil situation for mech enjoyers again. And they actually set up in Charlie spawn with 4 of their mechs and 1 in Bravo spawn. With all of them together, I think it's likely to see some very burly setups from them again. What do you think? Most teams
Yeah,
are locked,
I
by the
could
way.
I could see that.
Charlie spawn mostly for Team 2, and I think that means we can launch. The teams are about to load into the map.
Yep, just waiting for him to load in.
And looking
Here we go.
at 5JDX, actually, I see 1, 2 direwolves, 2 black laners and a viper. This sounds a lot like what we talked about with the Overwatch position on Hamburger Hill from them again. What we have on the Mech Enjoyer side, a direwolf, a Marauder to see, and a Madcat 2, Hunchback to see, and a Mistlings.
Yeah, so the Hunchback 2C is ER Peeps and SPLs, so Pop Tart. Mislinks is MGs and SPLs. Madcat 2B is 4 Ultra 5s, 2 ER Peeps. I like that. All right. Mad 2CA with 3 Ultra 5s, 2 ER Meads, 2 LPLs. I haven't seen that before, I don't think. And then the Dire Wolf with 2 Gauss, 5 ER Large. So really a heavy trader.
Absolutely, and I'm on the 5JDX side, the 2 Dyers are Gauss, ER Larges, Black
Oh,
Lanner.
Tekadin has to be careful here, by the way.
Yeah.
Zeos is really close with that Black Lanner.
And it seems like Zeus noticed that. He's figuring out if Tekadin
He's
is
going
in,
in.
and
He's
going
going to
in.
just take this mech down real quick, I think.
He is engaging right now. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't get into the firing line of the Medcat and the Marauder who are coming in at the side right now, but Tekadin is taking a lot of damage here.
Oh, Bowser gets a shot off. Really hurt Zeos there.
That was painful for Zeus.
He's basically dead now, actually.
49%. But
He's
Tekadin...
one. Oh, he's gone.
Oh, that was quick. That went exactly the other way than expected. With Bowser coming in, that was a game changer in this situation.
Yeah, I didn't have a good view of Bowser there because camera angle was bad. But yeah, he definitely saved Tekadin there, I think.
Absolutely. And Zeus kind of got into the crossfire. I think he was shot by 3 different mechs at the same time. Shots are being exchanged between the traders.
Oh, Ultimate Ghost already side torso open. He took a lot of hits there. He might get halved real soon.
On the other hand, Mech Enjoyers are still looking pretty good. Tekkanen, of course, took some heat. Bowser is down to 86% right now trading. But German Gundo and Carbon Fire have a very strong position here. Call Me Jill in the Mistlings trying to protect their right flank against Django and Godiel in the Blackline and the Viper. Let's have a look at Ghost up here and give you guys an idea what he is looking like. Right torso is orange. That's not very pretty to see. And especially for people, if you don't know that, the right torso and the Dire carries most of the weapons, especially the Gauss. Losing it would mean to lose the majority of the firepower. Monkey on the other hand still looks good, but there's a strike in here.
Yeah, this is definitely in Mech Enjoyer's favor so far.
Absolutely. And Monk, yeah, so taking more damage, Ghost being hit.
Both of the side torsos on Ghost open now.
And Monk is taking a lot of heat from different angles right now. He's trying to twist it off. He's still able to do it quite well, but he's really, really weak in all of his torsos by now.
Yeah, I think Mech Enjoyers can probably get even more aggressive at this stage.
Absolutely.
Although they're winning so hard, they don't really need to. They can just keep trading until these Dyers are gone. I think they're
Just
going to
left
win that.
torso. They have so many angles on him, he can't do anything anymore. The two dire wolves are basically out of the fight. They can't trade anymore. They can't peek anywhere else. They would die immediately. While Mech Enjoyers can take a power position trade from the open.
Yep. So we see Django and Gogil pushing in. I think they're going to try and pick up Bowser here, just to kind of even it up a little bit.
Maybe get a kill at least.
Yeah, get a kill, get 2 kills. And they might be able to take maybe 2 mechs here. It's going to depend, but Django's really hurt coming in.
He's halved already. Bowser right now halved. Taking more shot in the back.
Bowser will go down any second.
Yes, just right now.
There he goes.
Gogil going around the corner, which means Django in the focus fire of 3 of the opponent mechs, and Gogil will not be able to do much else here.
Yep, and he's just getting pushed by the mislinks. Yeah. I think best case he gets down Tekkadan, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to.
Tekkadan is in the match as well here. Gogil is going down right now. So that's just the 2 Dyers left up on the hill. The only one who died for Mech Enjoyers right now was Bowser in the Dyer because he got jumped. And now it all comes down to taking out the last 2 guys here. And actually, looking at the clock, is it ticking down anymore? No.
Yeah, I don't know how much it matters at this point, but if I were Mech Enjoyers, I would just send the Mislinks and the Mad 2C and have the other mechs just turtle, just to go for points.
Carbon is super fresh, so he is moving up right now.
Oh, and Ghost is 1 shot in that side torso. There he goes.
I was just wondering if maybe Mech Enjoyers are not aware of the circle, and we've seen this in other matches as well, where suddenly the matches end because of the timer tick down for the domination circle. And let's have a look at the damage numbers. I will leave that to you, Brower.
So Tekkadan did 796 despite getting jumped early, so really good that he lived through the match. Jormungandr 664. These are both for Mech Enjoyers, of course. And 5 kills from Jormungandr. That's a sweep. Good on him. Yeah, otherwise, 400 from Bowser, 331 from Carbon Fire, perfectly respectable, especially considering they won this drop so well. As can be expected, Zeos did not do a whole lot for 5 JDX, just 125. Gogil got the 1 kill, 289 damage, but just not enough from 5 JDX. Ultimate Ghost did do 453, which honestly is pretty good considering how badly damaged he was in the very beginning.
Indeed. So we are moving to drop 4 right now, which means we need to switch the teams. And I'm gonna take care of that right now.
So I think first place is still in contention. I'm not great at all the math and everything. I didn't think through all the scenarios here, but I think that it's still available for Mech Enjoyers. They really have to win very hard these last 2 drops to have a shot at it, though.
Absolutely.
Which they've shown they can do. I mean, that Grim drop was excellent.
And in terms of points, we are looking at 22 points for 5JDX right now and 14 points for Mech Enjoyers after winning this last drop. So there is a possibility to still turn this around, but it's going to be close. It would mean, Mech Enjoyers, if they win the last 2 drops, they would get another 20 points, which would get them to 34. And even if 5JDX would not take any more points, the difference would be just 12 points actually. That's not enough. I think by this point of time, 5JDX already won Division A.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Well, we'll see.
Let me know.
Either way, they still play them all out. I didn't take a look at what it takes to secure second place, but I do know the other two teams are very close behind Mech Enjoyers with 60 and 54 points before this drop. So at the very least, I imagine they're still playing for second.
Right. The teams are setting up here, and I still get messages from the chat that my sound is not very well. I'm so sorry, guys. I really are out of ideas what to do about it.
I mean, you could pull a Kong Lord and just insert the microphone into your mouth.
Yes, of course. I can try that. I can take it in my mouth. If you like that better, guys, let me know. Just mute the stream. Easy peasy. Thanks so much, Krasno Pesky. Thank you for your support here.
It's that Div A strat right there. All right, so we're looking at Hibernal, right? And we're looking at Assault Game Mode.
Yeah, let's bring up the map strat, maybe.
Yeah, and I've heard this described as basically skirmish kind of with an objective in this tourney. I think to an extent that's true. I mean, especially you don't get much from base rushing in this, so that's not really viable considering the mech kills are most of the points. So with this tonnage, I would really expect probably both teams to set up to trade. There are a lot of spots depending on if you want to go long range, like over here. Let's see. I think you can trade from. It's kind of hard to tell on this mini map, but there are some spots around there. More mid range over here. Other side, you've got the volcano spot over here. I think you can put some stuff somewhere around here. So a lot of spots to trade from, and then I would expect some kind of screening mediums or brawl heavies in front of them just to scout and prevent just an easy push.
And Team 1 is actually locked with 3 people. 5JDX is locked with 3 people in Bravo spawn and 2 in Charlie spawn. So this sounds just as you described. Yeah,
Just
Delta
sorry,
4 line heavy.
Just quickly, Paradox, the stream can basically not hear you.
Yeah, I just ramped up my sound a little bit, Krasno Pesky. Thank you for the
Okay,
information.
good.
I read
Yeah.
it in the stream. I'm trying to fix it the whole time already. The microphone it seems like it's breaking down right now.
Yep, fair enough. Okay, just wanted to let you know.
Thank you.
All right, yeah, so I would imagine Ultimate Ghost at least is going up, probably into that spot I circled to do some long range trading. I don't know, maybe he'll bring that Direwolf again. Zeos, I haven't usually seen play that kind of mech, but certainly possible. And then on the other side, let's see. Yeah, they're guys in Charlie. I would imagine at least one of them is going to go into the volcano, but they're both locked, so we can just see rather than speculate.
Indeed. Let's launch them.
All right, just waiting for everybody to load in so we can get going. Looks like they're moving.
So do you want to start? Maybe I'll leave a bit more talking to you right now, bro, with my mic not working properly.
Okay, so we've got from the 5JDX side, we've got Zeos and Ultimate Ghost in a 6 ER large supernova from Zeos, and then an 8 ER large supernova 1 from Ultimate Ghost. So even more blue lasers. We've got Misanthrope climbing the back edge of the map in a Night Tier H, 2 Goss, 2 ER large. What else do we have? We have Monk Yatso in this white painted Direwolf with 2 Goss, 4 ER large. I think that's going to go gray at range, though, so I don't know how much that fine paint job is actually going to matter. And then Django in a 12 HMG Micro Pulse Viper. Mech Enjoyers, they have that UAC 5 ER Peep Mad Cat from Jormungandr again. We've got the 5 ER Large 2 Goss Direwolf in the Volcano from Bowser. A 2 ER Peep 5 SPL Summoner from Tekkadan. Carbon Fire's got 2 Goss 3 ER Large and a Mad Cat. And then Gil again in that 6 SPL 2 ER PPC Hunchback 2 CA. So they actually don't have any like True Brawl, but they do have SPLs on a couple of these mechs, and they've got some DACA as well. Ultimate Ghost already took quite a bit of damage. I mean, 10%, but looks like... Oh, 89, he's getting farmed up there because he's got no cover, but he does have extreme range, and it's all spread, so it's not really that bad at this point.
Artillery strike online.
So this, I think they're just going to sit there, 5 JDX, and just play whack-a-mole, basically, and shoot anything that pops up. They do have Django taking this wide flank, so he might try and send it at some point and just knock out one of these traders.
Heat level critical.
I am curious if Gil and Tekkadan will try and move up a little bit more. Although with how open, just out in the open, the 5 JDX mechs are, they might not need to get reliable hits.
And Django's trying to get this flank on the left-hand side.
Yeah, that, what is that? I think that's Gamma side. And Ultimate Ghost actually now has a open side torso. So he could be in some trouble, especially if that's an XL mech, then he would lose so much dissipation if he loses that.
And Django might jump Jill here any second.
Yep, he's
right
going
behind
to.
him.
Yep.
But this turned out bad for Xayas in the match before as well. But Django
Yeah, but
seems
he's
to
not.
play it more careful.
He's not in a crossfire, so he's okay for now. He's definitely being more cautious than Zeus was.
He's staying behind the ridge, not getting into the firing lines.
Yep, although this lane is a little dicey now.
It is, but I think that was a very important move for 5JDX here, because this narrowed the angles down a little bit further, not allowing McIntyre to take this wide angle here, even if Tekkadan is taking that back spot with the summoner again, trying to widen the angle.
But this whole time, too, they basically are trading 4v5, except while that Hunchback was distracted, and Ultimate Ghost now open CT. So a really solid hit could take him out of it.
Bowser, while at 76%, spreaded the damage quite nicely, so even if his right torso took some damage, it's not open yet.
And Jormungandr moving up a little bit from where he was. He actually could probably move up even further if he dropped into the low ground. And Zeus has taken quite a few hits too. Both of his side torsos are open. Again, if he loses one of those, he's not going to have a whole lot of DPS.
Misanthrope and Monk still sitting in the far back. From there, they can't do much actually. They are at best tickling their opponents.
Yeah, I think Django needs to find something to do, because if they keep trading down 4v5, that's just not going to work for them. And he's really only done one thing in this match, but it is definitely difficult with the way they have SPLs on, the PPC mechs. They've got DACA, and they're more bunched up now. Looks like he might go for Jormungandr.
He really doesn't look very pretty anymore. Moving up further, Xeo's coming in the other supernova as well. While he lost quite some percentages too, both of his side torsos are open. So
Django's going in on Jormungandr, but it's just there are too many mechs that can see that spot. He just got really shot up. almost lost an arm. I think he had an HMG critted out, if I'm counting right.
Yeah, most likely he's down to 10.
Oh,
8
and
right
there
now,
goes
lost
the
an
arm.
arm. Yes. 62% for him. So overall, this looks good for McIntyre.
Yep. I think maybe he needed to keep trying that left side. It certainly is more predictable, but they would have a harder time bringing as many guns on him, I think, on
And
the left side.
finally, Monk and Visa are moving up more. They've been sitting in the far back so far, which made the trades basically less of a 5 versus 4 trade and more of a 5 versus 2 trade, because McIntyres were basically able to ignore Monk and Visa since they were out of range and doing not more than maybe 1 damage from the distance. Ultimate Ghost really took some bad damage. Yes, losing a side torso here right now. He's even powering down because he was overheated. He's down to 4 ER large lasers. And on the other side, Django tried to make something happen again, but took some damage. His right torso is open, his left leg is caught. He's caught in the back, and if Jill pushes him right now, he should be pretty hurt. He's getting up in the middle here, but Carbon Fire and Jill left and right of him.
Oh, Django's going in on Jill. We'll see how this goes. He's halved. He's only got 3 guns left. Carbon Fire takes down... Or no, Carbon Fire goes down, sorry.
And Django might actually be able to pull this off here if Jill can't. But no,
Nope.
Tekadon
Shot
comes
in the
in and saves Jill, saves the day for him, and takes out
I think
Django.
Zeos just went down, so it's kind of... It's looking bad for
Indeed.
5JDX now.
Visa was moving up right now, further, trying to share some armor, but his left side torso is open. He still has all of the weapons, but is getting shot in the back right now here from Drummond in the Medcat. Really hurting
Oh,
him. He's moving up on both Misa and Ultimate Ghost, and Tekkadan is coming in as well. The question is who's dying first. Misa is the first one to go down. Ultimate Ghost should follow immediately. Then it's just Monk in the back in the basically fresh tire.
yeah, I wonder how much it was his paint job, how much it was how far back he was, how much it was ECM.
Maybe it was
Certainly
both.
interesting selection.
I can't see an ECM on him anymore. Don't know if it can't be critted out yet. So
No, it's still there. It's still active. Of course, at this point, it doesn't really matter. He's the only thing there. We'll see if he can get Tekkadan or not.
And let's have a look from his cockpit here. What it looks like. He's caught by now. Left side torso open. He's trying to tank a little bit, trying to get 1 or 2 more shots in. Maybe getting a kill. He's killing Tekkadan, but Bowser is taking Monk out of his misery.
Well, there you go. Another drop for Mech Enjoyers. And a very strong one again.
Indeed. So let's have another look at the damage numbers here.
So we've got Jormungandr with 713 from that Mad Cat, Bowser with 619. Jormungandr got 2 of the kills, Bowser 1. The others were pretty close, but Tekkadan did manage to get 2 of the kills, despite having lower damage than the others. And then on the 5JDX side, Monkey Yatso got 517, so he might not have been taking a lot of hits early, or they might not have been taking a lot of hits early, but they were getting some damage in at least. Ultimate Ghost 406, despite getting focused early, and Monk and Misanthrope with the 2 kills for them.
Nice.
So I think that's a total of 3 points for them.
So back to
And
the
at
lobby.
this point, whatever happens with the division, which does seem like 5JDX have it from what I can tell, it's a very close set of drops. 5JDX 25 points so far from my math, and Mech Enjoyers 24.
I think that was just 1 kill for 5JDX, right?
I think they had 2, I thought.
Okay, let me check real quick.
It's recorded and everything. They can figure it out.
Indeed. Having a look, it was trying to look at the stats. 2 kills, you're right.
Okay.
Therefore, we are looking at 25 points for JDX compared to 24 points for Mechajoyers right now. And we are switching to Mining Collective for the last drop.
Yep, and this one is unlimited tonnage, so you could see up to 500 from either team. Again, assault, and these bases are fairly exposed. So again, not a lot of value in capping the base in this match. It's basically skirmish, and on this map in particular, they're really exposed, really easy to shoot at from a lot of spots. So probably not a place you want to put anything, except you might have a trader trading from near there. And on this map, you can put mechs up on the very outside walls on either side. So we could see that kind of strat from one of the teams, like 5JDX just tried to pull. I don't know
That
if it'd
thread
be.
is up, by the way, if you want to draw something.
Oh, excellent. So I haven't played in these spots a ton, but there are some spots where you can set up over on these walls to some extent to shoot in at extreme range. I think the right side is better. Team 2 side is better because the building right here isn't a solid wall, basically, whereas on the other side it is.
It
so
is,
you
yes.
shoot through the gaps on the Team 2 side, which is helpful. And Pop-Tarts are really useful on this map. So somewhat similar to Hellebore, I expect a lot of JJ's. Kind of my dream for this last drop in this is 5 X's from a team. I think Mech Enjoyers technically could do that. I don't think they've taken one yet. I might be forgetting. And I know that 5JDX they have. So unfortunately, that's not possible here.
If I'm correct, we see from 5JDX, yes, they are locked 4 people in Charlie lands, 1 in Bravo lands.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Bravo mech goes to Cakes.
Yes.
For Charlie, you could see a mech, maybe 2 set up there. You could see a mech set up over here. Those, or just goes towards the center, but the center is kind of a death trap. So those are the main spots. Maybe stick something here, but that seems unlikely. Other side, they only have 3 players, so I guess we'll wait to speculate on what Mech Enjoyers will do.
I mean,
and they're locked at 480 tons, so they're using most of their tonnage. So it's not going to be like 5 piranhas. You wouldn't bring piranhas to this map anyway because of the elevation, but you won't see something like that, like
they
Rush.
are definitely using the tonnage here.
Yeah.
And with some of the dias used already, it's simply not possible to bring a 5 dia drop deck here, which some teams have done in the past, maybe not exactly on this map, but we've seen this kind of things happen.
We've got 500 tons at the moment from Mech Enjoyers.
Let's see.
Which for 100 tonners, they would have Kodiaks. I think they have some Dyers left that they could take.
1 or 2 at least.
Yeah.
So Kodiaks have been very popular lately again in this tournament. And,
really?
and even successful, actually.
Interesting. What I would love to see, I don't necessarily expect it, would be the jumping Kodiak. The JJ Kodiak would certainly be an interesting selection for this. They would have to bring some Kodiaks because they've used, I think, 2 to 3 Direwolves.
I'm thinking of 3 as well. Seems like they are ready. 4 people, Bravo lands, 1 Charlie. So what is a possibility for them actually is kind of setting up here Charlie 5, Delta 5, kind of a point where they want to receive their opponent. They are locked because this area here is kind of a kill box if you want the enemy team to push into you. I just have some doubts that 5JDX is going to allow that to them. So I would say let's launch them.
Sounds good. All right, so as always, try not to do anything while we wait for them to load in.
And
All
the
right,
dropships
dropships
are
coming in.
coming in.
All right, so Mech Enjoyers 5 Kodiaks, 3 Kodiak 3s, oh no, 4, and 1 Kodiak 2 from Bowser. So let's see. Gil has 4 AC-10s, 2 ER Meads. Carbon Fire's got 4 Goss. Bowser has a Goss and 4 ER Peeps. Then we've got Jormungandr with a Peep and 4 AC-10s, and then same from Tekkadan. So the all bear drop. Love it. And then on the other side, 5 JDX, we've got Monkiatsu in that 2 Goss, 4 ER Large Direwolf. We've got Zeos in an Exi with 4 SPLs, 2 ER Peeps, and 8 Micros. So a variation on something we've seen before. Gogil in a 6 SPL, 2 AR Peep, 4 Micro Laser Exi. Ghost has 3 Peeps, 10 ER Micros. Seems like everybody builds them a little different here. And Misanthrope with 6 SPLs, 2 ER Peeps, 6 Micros. I think that's everybody.
I think so as well. And it seems like 5JDX is actually moving up, at least on the right-hand side, a lot to the middle with the executioners jumping up there.
Oh, Tekkadan's getting shot from the Exi Pop-Tarts in that high ground on the south end of the map. So he's going to have to kind of hide from that. And it makes sense. I mean, you can be pretty aggressive with the Xyz if you want to, because you have a lot of mobility, or you can just kind of Pop-Tart and chip them down. Gogil took a hit there.
And another one trading with Jormungandr.
It's pretty spread so far, though, so not too big of a deal. And Bowser did take the JJ Kodiak. I thought if anybody would, it would be Bowser.
It would be him, yes. This spot he's playing is actually quite difficult to play. Sometimes if you want to trade, you tend to hit the building in front of you that you're using as cover here, which just happened before to Bowser on the left-hand side. But in general, they take this killbox side, which would allow them to fall back if required, if there was a push coming in. But by now, of course, they know what their opponent has brought, that they are mostly executioners, and this one Direwolf one, which was on the right-hand side, was crossing over to the other one at the moment. So therefore, they can be a bit more aggressive, and that's what they are doing. And you might have been able to see Bowser here shooting between the buildings and hitting the corner of the building as well. This is a tricky position to play with the 1000 PPCs. He's eating an airstrike here, but if somebody can play it, it's probably him.
Yeah, and he did get some good damage in on Monk, who was just kind of getting into position there. And I think this is going to be probably kind of rough for the Dire there if he stays. Okay, he's moving down, but if you stay up somewhere exposed like that against Pop-Tarts, if they have the opportunity, they're just going to Pop-Tart you to death. So I think it makes sense that he's
Ultimate
moving
Ghost
from
is
there.
trying to open up the angles a bit more, and he might get eyes on Carbon Fire soon. And on
Oh, got
Bowser,
something on
Bowser
Bowser.
hit Ultimate Ghost here with a nice shot. And let's have a look at how...
Oh,
Ultimate
he took
Ghost!
a rear shot. He must have either
Absolutely, he's orange
bad
in the back,
hit
back
reg, or I
CT.
don't know. Maybe just gave up his back at some point, which is
Maybe
a little hard to do in
during the
trading.
jump,
But
sometimes the hitboxes move a little bit, and then it can happen. But a nice jump shot from Ghost here on Carbon Fire, who's backing up by now.
And he's
Misa
now
is
also
taking
caught in a
a
little bit
high
of a
ground
crossfire.
position as well. Gogiel moving up more to the middle again. What is Xios doing here in the Executioner? He's taking the cakes, trying to open up a new angle. While
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what you want to do with the Pop-Tarts is keep cover between you and them and then get as many angles as you can so they can't just hide. And they keep getting these nice shots from crossfire and getting back shots on the Kodiaks.
Gogiel moving up here as well.
So far, relatively even percentages, though. I guess Ghost is definitely doing the worst. I mean, he's taken a lot of damage and also that back shot at some point.
Carbon Fire's taking a look. He took some back shots as well. He's not looking too pretty. He's checking the back lane if somebody is coming into their back, taking there with him. Bowser still looking pretty healthy. Jill and German Gundor up front, but German Gundor taking a PPC shot. There definitely were some back shots on both teams, or at least shots that registered in the back hitboxes, and Jill is moving up here while taking more shots from Theos on the right hand side. I can imagine that McIntyre might feel a little bit surrounded with all the angles 5JDX has by now.
Yeah, I think this wouldn't be a very comfortable situation to be in, but they're getting damage out, so I think they have to be pretty all right with how it's going so far. I mean, Zeos is pretty shot up, even if it's spread. Ultimate Ghost is in really rough shape, and he's just taking more as he crosses to this new
And
position.
here we have some action going on with Ultimate Ghost against Tekkadan. They seem to be in a tricky situation here. Tekkadan is trying to push, but is getting shot by Misa. But they all
and his
look
CT
pretty
is
hurt.
open. He could be
Misa is
dropped
one-shot
one or two
CT
shots.
basically.
Yeah. So a lot of hurt mechs over in
But
this
Tekkadan as well.
southeastern side.
And Ghost has an open left torso and is basically one shot in the back. But
Oh,
Jill,
Misanthrope goes down.
Jill took basically a side or back shot here and is going down. Which should make Tekkadan a bit more confident right now. But there
Although
is some
Gogiel's
support
coming
coming in
in,
already
and
by Gogiel.
yeah, they could easily, well, maybe not easily, but they could pick up Tekkadan potentially.
And Ghost is slowly sneaking up here, trying to figure out what's gonna happen next. But Tekkadan
I don't
is
like
coming
that.
up that corner. Who's seeing who first? Tekkadan getting the first shot in on Ghost, waiting.
Ghost has to die here. Like, this is not a good spot for him.
Ghost is getting shot from Carbon Fire and Tekkadan. And question is, can he still survive?
Oh, he's weaponless. He's got nothing left, so it doesn't even matter if he lives there.
No.
At best, he can spot.
But nice damage spread.
Yep, sure.
Good twisting. Now Tekkadan taking shots on Gogiel. But he is getting some support in the back as well from...
Oh, he's going for the kill on Ghost.
Yes, he wants the kill.
Wants those points.
But
Oh, he doesn't get it.
But
he
now
really
we are
sold out
at the fun
not
part
to,
of the match,
unfortunately.
2 minutes 30 left on the clock. So if the teams want to get some kills in, now is the time. Carbon Fire moving up, killing Ghost.
Yeah, I think he's going to push Gogiel now. Because he's got to know that Gogiel's there. Gogiel's trying to clear out. He is going to have support from Monk up high.
Yeah, but Jill is coming around here.
And Monk is CT open.
Bowser
gets Zeos.
And
So,
Monk goes down.
It's going to go for mech enjoyers. At this point, I would say try and keep all your mechs alive, but Jill might go down.
Gogiel right now, and when can Carbon Fire shoot Gogiel in the back?
Oh, Gogiel shut down.
Gogiel shut down.
So that's a 5-0.
Gil got the kill. 5-1 actually, because they were able to kill Tekkadan.
Oh, that's right. For some reason, I overlooked that. Yep. Another good match from Mech Enjoyer. So it looks like they did better when it was more tradey. And that definitely shows Bowser did a lot of work in that match. 812 damage from that jumping Kodiak. Otherwise, from Mech Enjoyers, pretty good spread with Bowser and Carbon picking up kills, and then Gil getting 3 out of the 5. And then on the other side, Looks like Ultimate Ghost Zeos did quite a bit of work. 629 for Ghost, 558 for Zeos, 442 for Monk. But it just wasn't enough in the end.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, it means that Mac enjoyers were actually able to win 3 of the 5 drops, getting 34 points in total versus 26 points from 5 Jaeger Dragoons. That's not enough to take the first place in the division from them, obviously. But it's a nice finish for the tournament, I think, and they proved they were able to beat 5 JDX here, which is quite nice, and congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to them. It certainly does leave things open, though, because there's not that much between Mech Enjoyers and I think it's SROT who are just behind them. Yeah, SROT have 60 points. So if they put up a really good game against TSLL, they could take the division, or not take the division, take second. Sorry.
Perfect. And we will have to kick everybody right now and get the next match going immediately because they are waiting already. And we have SRoT versus TSLL, and we are going to invite SRoT right away.
So we're just jumping right into the next one, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right. So excellent. This is going to be the currently third place team, SROT, who have 60 points against TSLL with 54, which I think puts both of them in range of trying to take second, but they would have to have pretty solid matches, either of them, to do that.
I'm gonna change maps here real quick. Is Konglord on that team? I think so. Is he? Yes, he should be.
All right, we've got SROT in here. I didn't even completely realize that Texan and Konglord were on that side.
Which is kind of funny.
Yep.
Okay. I need to change the information on the scoreboard here real quick.
Did they do the 1v1 already?
I think so, yes. And who won it? SRoT won the 1v1. Gonna send Free Rollstar another invite. He's saying give us 1 second. Alright. By the way, thank you for waiting to both of the teams. It was very kind, so the viewers can watch this match as well.
Yeah, it seems like this happens pretty much every time, but it's only 20 minutes. I've sat through much worse delays, unfortunately.
True. Same here.
It's always hard to just hurry up and wait while you're waiting for a drop, especially it's like the one drop you have that day or something. But we've moved through this pretty quick. Certainly helps when the first drop or two are pretty brawly. Those drops don't tend to take that long.
I have to say I'm not mad at them at all. This gives me some time to get the scoreboard right here.
Well, they're in now, so they can start whenever. And again, like last match, I'd really expect to see a lot of Vipers, a lot of Mislinxes. You could see something like the Gargoyles, but I wouldn't expect the team to use very many heavy mechs, one, maybe two, and could certainly go without them. And I probably wouldn't expect a lot of like 50-ton mediums for the most part. Like I wouldn't expect a lot of Eagles or Black Lanterns just because JJs are great for the Veagle on this map, but it's unless you bring the Veagle A, you could bring the Veagle A. You want Brawl, and you want Brawl with JJs and high DPS for the most part. But we will see. Somebody in the chat said, "Remember to update the overlays." I don't know if you've done that or not, but I figured I'd pass it along just in case.
Actually in the process right now, guys.
Excellent.
And
that was 5 minutes ago anyway, so.
Yeah, that's fine. So we have domination, we have Hellbow outpost. Tonnage limit is 250, but it's up to the teams to take care of that themselves, actually. So no pressure on us, at least. I think TSLL had one against Mech Enjoyers, actually. Lost badly to 5JDX, while the 25th Sky Rangers on memes, actually, how they call themselves for this tournament, lost at a close match against 5JDX, losing 25 to 37 to them. Had a tie against McEnjoy, 35 to 35, and now have their final match of the season.
Imagine that, a tie.
Yeah, that's kind of rare. In terms of points, at least, I'm not super sure what the rules for a tiebreaker are, but currently they are playing for third and fourth for sure, but I think if one of the teams has a really dominant game right now, they could still go for second place. SRoM
Yeah,
is at
I'll
60
figure out how
points
much.
and just 1 point behind McEnjoyers, and TSLL at 54.
Yeah, so I think Mech Enjoyers has 95 points total, which means that Mech Enjoyers would need to get 35 points in this match, and then I think TSLL would need like 41, so they'd have to be pretty dominant to sneak through to second.
Indeed. But it's a possibility, at least.
Oh, certainly. Just waiting on Team 1 to lock. They're shuffling players around in the drop zones.
By the way, just noting it here, on Team 2, we see Core Knight with the rocking the SJR tags. And
Yeah, that's an old one.
that's a really old one. One of the strongest team ever that ever played in the comp scene. So big shout out to Cornet here. Great to have him back playing comp. Good to see you.
All right, just waiting on one from SROT to lock up. Okay, they're locked, so just waiting on team 2.
They're actually using the whole 250 tons. Bravo heavy, which
Both
doesn't
teams
really make a
locked.
difference on Hellboy outpost. The spawns are almost the same. Therefore, I would say let's launch them.
Yeah, Bravo's a little closer, which, all things being equal, like you want to pick the better spawn, especially Div A. It's not a huge difference. I do wonder a little bit about putting Konglord in Alpha. It probably doesn't matter much. I haven't looked at the specific path, but it does look like Charlie's probably a little bit closer.
We are waiting for the teams to come in here. We are still hanging in the sky.
Here we go. Dropship coming in. So SROT side, they've got 3 Vipers, a Nova, and a Gargoyle. Konglord's got 10 HMGs, 3 Micropulse in his Viper. I'm guessing that's going to be probably pretty standard for them. Yeah, looks like it. The Gargoyle is 12 SPLs, 2 ER Micros, and then the Nova is 12 SPLs. So full-on brawl from them.
And we have 2 Mistlings on the TSLL side here with heavy machine guns, small pulse, 8 heavy machine guns, small pulse on a Viper, and 2 Gargoyles with 6 small pulse, 10 ER micro lasers, both.
So full-on brawl from both sides. Core Knight taking a little leg damage there, which she probably didn't need to. I mean, shouldn't matter, but still.
Not too much. JV in the Gargoyle and Sir Epic Corner in the Gargoyle as well, in the back, moving in fast of course as well, and these 2 Gargoyles. They are very, very speedy assaults.
Yep, and both teams taking fairly similar to positions to what we saw last match. Konglord in that low ground, pop-tarting to see what's going on, where the other team is.
First 2 UAV ups already for SRoT here.
Pepsi Goose took a little bit of damage there, got a little bit too close to the push.
And it seems like TSLL is just pushing in, but now Nordvis is noting he's a bit too early. He's waiting for the rest of the team falling back.
Jay-Z's going in. He's going to be calling them all to just dive in and probably focus one of the Gargoyles.
First, but now it seems like they're not exactly clear.
Oh, Jay-Z is legged.
But they are on Irigion and
Jay-Z goes down.
Jay-Z dies. Irigion still up, but he goes down now as well. 1-1.
Poner is being focused now. It's kind of all over, but one leg is, well, both legs are damaged.
On Poner, but Texas Scraplord is falling down the Viper. That might make a huge difference here.
Dajegas goes down.
Taking Dajegas, yes, in the Nova. Pepsi might fall down here as well. Texan coming back in. Poner
goes down.
In terms of percentages, it looks like
TSLL are ahead right now. Yeah, for sure.
They are chasing
Goose goes down
here right now. Konglord is chasing Royalstar.
Yeah, Royalstar was just taking damage from Konglord there. Just free damage from Konglord. Notvis got legged, I think.
Yes, Cornite is far out as well.
And he goes down. Konglord
This
trying to
was a
cycle out.
2v2 situation for way too long, and this
Royal Star
this is
goes
why
down.
they both were able to take down the two TSLL guys. Cornet is coming in right now, trying to take out Conrad, and now we are down to 1v1, but who can take it? Texan a little bit more to
Texan could
Cornet.
definitely take this, I think.
Yes, his legs are still fresh. Cornet's legs both open right now.
Oh, he's out of MG ammo. Texan is out of ammo,
Oh, that
unfortunately.
might make the difference here. Strike coming in, big fight. And maybe let's jump into the cockpit of Cornet here. He's lagging.
Oh, Texan's going to lose this, unfortunately for him,
with
yeah.
other electros as well. That was extremely close.
Fuel at
Yeah, I think it came down
25%.
to the ammo there. I'm curious to see how much damage Texan did.
By the way, 4 kills for Cornet here.
Wow, really cleaning up there.
Indeed. Cornet, where's my team?
So
Okay.
very even so far. Texan did 465, 3 kills. That's top damage in the drop. Konglord not far behind with 452 damage. The other SROT players, 100 to 200-ish. They got focused down earlier. And then on TSLL side, Cornite 455, big damage, 4 kills. And then several players around that 300 to 400 damage mark. Only, Jay-Z, he was the one who led the push in. He got focused first. He didn't do 200, but he certainly caught the attention of SROT's players.
Wonderful. So let's jump back into the lobby. Therefore, we have TSLL leading with 10 points at the moment.
Yep.
Against 8 points for SRoT, taking 7 points for the 4 kills. And 1 point from the 1v1. They won ahead of the match.
Which that's actually kind of ideal for both teams, because if they want second place, they both got a lot of points, so
Indeed.
that helps them to close the distance.
So the interesting question is it still a possibility for them to take second and third place if the matches stay that close?
I haven't done that math, but I
neither.
think so. I think so. I mean, you could get 5 matches. You could get like 45 points without winning a drop, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's less than that, I think.
No,
I
you
have to
can
look at
you
the
can
rules.
I think if you take four kills in every drop,
Oh, that's 7
35.
points. Yes.
Yeah, that's 35. And
So
maybe
SROT
if you
got
won the
7 points.
1v1, that's 36.
Yeah, so it's actually TSLL has 10 points from the series, SROT has 8. I didn't have it right earlier.
Yeah. So next map is going to be Viridian Bog for drop 2 again. 300 tons is the tonnage limitation here for the teams. And in the previous drop we saw a nice setup from 5JDX with 2 Overwatch Max and Executioner and Direwolf, and I'm quite curious to see what we are going to see here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if maybe Konglord brings something longer range. I don't know the rest of the SROT players that well, other than Texan. Texan, I would expect to be in a light or a medium. That tends to be what he plays. So you might see 1 or 2 mechs set up. Let's see, their team 1. So they would have the team side that Mech Enjoyers had.
I'm
and
gonna bring up the map spread real quick so the
Yep.
viewers know what we are talking about. And we have SRoT on the team 1 side and TSLL on the team 2 side.
Yeah, and so there are a few spots where if they wanted to, they could set up a trader, some of those circled spots. There might be a few others, but I think those are the main ones. For TSLL, I know Jay-Z likes to brawl. I don't know how much influence he has on their strats, but I wouldn't be too surprised if they brought another brawl deck.
Indeed.
and I wouldn't expect more than 1 or 2 traders from each side just because of the tonnage and everything. I am a little curious if one might try like aggressive laser vomit, although the map is probably just too close in for that to work once you cross like the
Yeah,
Echo
most likely.
5, Delta 5 mountains. It'd probably work well if you know the other side's going to trade, but if the other team's going to brawl, that could get ugly.
But especially, and we saw it in the match before. If one of the teams, even if they bring like 2 traders, but if they have a nice setup, creating a good kill box, when you try to push these traders, you will have the lighter max in your bags, and you are in this situation where you have to decide: do you push through or do you turn around and try to take the people trying to shoot your bags out, and then you are getting shot from the range guys again. So against a proper setup, it's quite difficult to pull that off, isn't it?
Yep.
We're still waiting for the teams to getting locked. SRoM is taking their time.
Yep. Texan and Kong probably furiously building mechs or something.
Most likely. Instead of having them prepared, throwing over the well-prepared strategies and adjusting on the fly, building mechs for the upcoming drop with a hot idea. Let's see if this works out.
Yeah, or even just having to switch something over because you don't have dupes. Sometimes that happens. I've had to do that before. All right, Kong Lord is back at least. They only have 20 tons in the cap, so if TSLL are paying attention, they might worry about like a piranha. I would be surprised though. Yeah, okay, so it won't be most likely won't be a piranha.
They are using the full 300.
That's right, it's 300. Forgetting the rules for a moment. Excellent casting.
Yeah, so far we had sound issues forgetting some of the rules. I think we are completely fine.
Oh yeah, we aren't refs anyway, so if anybody
Yeah.
does anything against the rules, teams can call it out. That's not my job here.
Yeah, basically that's an information for the audience, for the people maybe a bit newer to comp. The rules are the casters are not referees. We can help the teams, of course, pointing out the time or anything like that, which is obviously not necessary with Division A teams. They should know what they need to
Well,
do
yeah, they
inside out.
also take the longest in the lobbies, though, for sure.
For
Div A
sure.
teams are notorious.
But it's up to the opposing team. If one of the team causes a rule infraction, they need to the opposing team needs to lock a ticket and raise that topic, and then the referees will take a decision on how to
Yep.
handle this after the match, most likely, or if they are
Oh
watching
yeah.
during the match.
All right, so just waiting on 1 to ready up. Looks like they're going mostly alpha spawn.
Thanks for changing the title, Ghost, by the way, of the stream. Team 1 is finally locked. Diego's calling it here. Now it's up for TSLL to set up their lenses. Maybe switch out a mech or two. Especially in the higher diffs, what you see a lot
Here we
is
go.
that they seems like they do not need to switch at all, and they stay at 290 tons. Actually, they are locked right now. I just wanted to say that especially in the higher divisions, you tend to see the pilots changing their mechs only right before they drop to not give away tonnage or anything like that. But in this case, it seems to have been different. And with a fast lock from TSLL, maybe that doesn't give
Well,
enough time to think about what they are bringing here.
Yeah, and also if you know what you're planning to do, you don't necessarily need a lot of time. So it really kind of depends on how you're approaching a drop. I would say if you're deciding between a few things, then yeah, maybe you'll take some more time. But if you have a set strat, you think it's the best option, you're just gonna send it, then it doesn't take long to get people situated and lock up.
Teams are still loading in. Nice words are being exchanged here.
And it looks like the teams have somewhat similar ideas. So on SROT, we've got Texan with a summoner with 8 SRM6 and 1 heavy small. To Jagus in a similar summoner, 6 SRM2s, 4 SRM6s, an ER small. Eregion with 6 2s and 4 6s, no lasers. Konglord with 2 LB20s and a Mad Dog. And then we've got Pepsi Goose and Little Cute Fox with 6 SPLs, 4 HMGs. What do we have on TSLL?
We have Mistlinks with 8 heavy machine guns, 4 ER micro lasers, Black Lana, 6 small pulse, 5 ER micro lasers, and behind them coming in JZ in a summoner with 10 SRM4s, Epic Borner 1 Flamer, 10 SRM4s, and Notwist with 10 SRM4 summoner as well. So 3 summoners for them. Yes.
So no trading going on.
No trading at all.
The closest thing to a trading weapon here are the LB20s.
In your face brawl, no overwatch from any of them. They want to brawl it out. Which could be good for us because we are gonna see more action, more kills in a short period of time. Strike coming in here into the direction of the Epic Spawner.
Royal Star took it.
Just an SM shot, I'm not sure.
No, there was a strike, and looks like it did head damage to Royal Star. His head is now open and yellow.
Oh, yeah.
Probably won't matter on that Mistlinks, but you never know.
Taking a shot in the Black Lana, and the summoners are jumping over.
JZ leading the charge again.
Taking some heat here from Texans jump. SRM shooting. Konglord coming up here in the Mad Dog. Royalstar and JZ dropping down on Texan.
Cornite and Royal Star trying to focus Texan from the looks of it.
Cornite
really going in now. He's actually going to be in trouble. He could die fast here. He's legged, and he's down.
Super fast. That was a bit too aggressive from him.
Royal Star now running around gets
Texan. Finally going down. Pepsi Goose up front. Royal Star is trying to get some shots in, but taking a lot of heat. Irigion is pretty hurt here in the corner.
Royal Star is one shot.
Away here, but
he goes down.
Should go down any second as well. So it's 2-2. It's still open how the match is going to be. Diegas and Konglord are pushing notches up here, and then they can drop down on the Epic Corner.
No, they won't drop down. Konglord will just sit up there, and he'll just farm from up there. Yeah, he should not go down, I don't think.
JC is almost dead here. Nice.
Notfish shuts down and goes down.
Able to take out Pepsi Goose together with Sir Epic Corner, but taking more shots from Diegas here.
They have to get Poner down, I think. That's the key. And he's one shot, I think.
Yes, I think they're both pretty...
Oh no, it's just his side torso. For some reason that showed up red.
That should go into the...
Now he's halved. Konglord, I think, should take this.
And Diegas should have this against JZ.
Yep,
yeah,
Poner goes down.
At the same time as Diegas, therefore that's a 5-3 victory for us. And with the last two 1v1s going on in different places, it was difficult to have them both in the camera. I hope you were able to see enough, guys. And let's have a look here at the damage numbers.
Oh yeah, 1 second. So for SROT, Konglord doing some work in that LB40, Mad Dog 552, 2 kills, Dajagus 445, also 2 kills. Then the other players between 280 and 380, pretty good damage spread from them. Somewhat similar story from TSLL. Poner had 561 and a kill, JZ 486 and a kill. And Notvis also did 412. The difference, I think, was really the Black Lantern and the Mistlinks went down relatively quickly, didn't do quite as much work.
Unfortunately, Cornite was maybe a bit too aggressive here and was the first one to go down, actually, in the Black Lantern. Therefore, we have a low damage number.
And SROT responded well to that. They just kind of pivoted and legged him real fast.
So we are at a 1-1 in terms of drops won right now, and
I
points.
think SROT has 18, I
Yes,
think.
they have 18 points right now compared to 15 for TSLL. So it's still a very, very close match, and we are moving to Rim Plexus for the next map, still on domination mode. 350 tons is the new tonnage limitation for this drop, so it gets more heavy. This allows for a bit more Overwatch, a bit more heavy mechs. Usually Grim Plexus is one of the first maps where we see bringing assaults to the fight in terms of direwolves and stuff like that, and especially Grim Plexus is one of the maps that allows for good Overwatch positions, especially on Team 2. And you might have seen it in the previous match if you were around already. And let's bring up the map spread maybe.
Yeah, and I don't think I have a whole lot to change about my thoughts on this.
Not at all.
I guess I would add, because I didn't mention this in the first one, I think was like over in this area where that hunchback set up. So that's the spot where you can stick a Pop Tart or a high mount mech or two. I think Bowser played from that general area over here. Oops, over here as well. But otherwise, I think the team 2 positions were pretty well called out. I mean, they didn't use that random spot in Fox 8. I wouldn't really expect somebody to.
Yeah, you see this happening in pack matches once in a while, but I think I've never really seen it in a proper comp match, maybe in the lower divisions.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Div A, sometimes for a specific strat, you're going to see something kind of unusual. The main examples for me would be I think it's pretty much always been Stimrog, but like a Viper or a Spider up in the dish on mining or on the
Yep,
box on mining. So like you
but
could
maybe
see
more in
somebody take a
8v8, right?
spot like that.
Maybe more in 8v8 where you have some additional mechs available that you can put into odd spots to create unusual situations for your opponent. And then what I have actually seen on spots like Fox 8 or the high spot on Hotel 8 is like a light with some peps shooting from there and creating some complications for the traders, creating like a 1.5 versus 1 trading situation to tip the point in certain trade situations.
Yeah, yep. I would not put it out of the question that somebody could come up with a creative idea, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I think the standard spots are pretty well known.
absolutely. And on the team one side with SRoD, we have only 3 people in the lobby right now. They are exchanging max pilots, whatever, 4 by now, and I'm not sure which lances they will take. In the moment, they are all in the alpha lance, which would be uncommon. I expect them to change once the whole team is in.
Yep. And I think at the end of it all, if either of these teams wants second, they need 96 points total. So, they're both, particularly SROT, building up some points. So we'll just have to see if they can get to quite that point, quite that level.
There are 3 drops left, so 30 points up for grabs.
Yeah, I think it's certainly still feasible, especially SROT was right behind Mech Enjoyers. So if they can keep playing well, they have a solid shot at it.
Absolutely. I think they were just 1 point behind Mech Enjoyer, so if any team has a chance, it's probably them.
Yep, just waiting for Texan to get back in here. And it looks like SROT will pretty much use all of their tonnage, which makes sense for this drop. It's fairly tradey with how open a lot of Grim is.
Yeah, right now they're at 345. TSLL already moved most of their mechs into Charlie lands with just Royal Star and Alpha lands, which would be, I would say, for Team 2 a pretty standard spawn setup.
Yeah, and I expect probably Alpha Lance for SROT. I would guess those are probably more like their traders. And then they might have Texan in a Pop Tart, and maybe he'll hold the circle kind of from the shadow of the high ground in Gulf 8, Gulf 7. since he's in Bravo, but we'll see how they set up.
Yeah, that would be around this area here for our viewers.
Yes, thank you.
And they are
All right.
locked. Oh, Team 2 is locked already.
Well, I mean, okay, that's not traditional, but okay.
Both teams are locked, so we are ready to
All
watch.
right. Maybe
Let's-
Royal was trying to hurry them along a little bit by saying his team's locked first.
Let's get to the action.
And now the traditional waiting for the dropships to come in so we don't bug out the spectator view. Always an exciting part of the cast.
Absolutely. But the teams are still friendly with each other in every drop. Wishing each other good luck here, and they are coming in right now. And on the SRoM side of things, what I see here is 2 Mad Cats and 3 Black Lanners. And let's have a quick look what they are bringing. Konglord, 6 small pulls for ER Micros, Erigion the same. Diegas, Mad Cat to be 2 ER Peps, 4 AC2s, and the same build for Pepsi Goose. And we have the other Black Lanner on the flank. Texan Scrublord here in the Black Lanner with 6 small pulls, 3 micros, and 2 micro pulse lasers.
All right, and from TSLL, we've got that standard Mistlinks G Royal Star in it. Then we've got 2 Timber S's. One has 6 ER Mead, 2 LP. The other has 4 ER Meads with it, which I think you usually would go 5 or 6. Either of those. I probably wouldn't do 4. And then we've got 2 Mad 2Cs with 2 LPLs, 6 ER Meads. I would normally run 3 and a standard, 3 LPLs that is, but since they're obviously playing really aggressive laser vomit, they're pushing right up to the circle, they might have felt 3 LPLs is too hot, and they might have wanted maybe more speed. I'm a little curious if they're running standards or they're really booking, so maybe XLs. But they're just charging straight across in the open, walking through the strike. Not a care in the world.
Quite nice to watch here.
And Texan is in a
He's
tricky spot. He really needs his team to help him here because he's just going to get pushed.
Cornet coming around the corner. Getting a full burn into him. Texan can still trade back against him, doing some serious damage, but Cornet is getting support right now.
Yep, Texan is in a really rough spot.
Is he able to get away? It looks like it.
He's almost legged. He might get legged here. He just gets away, but he's basically one shot in his leg.
And Diegas in the back.
Oh, JZ just got legged by Konglord. Konglord and Eregion are going to finish off JZ real quick. Like 1 or 2 more burns if they target the right leg. There he goes. So at least they traded out well for Texan's leg.
Yeah, the Black Liners are doing a really good job right now, protecting the Mad Cats.
Oh, the Diegas.
They are both pretty hurt from the large lasers.
Diegas goes down.
Taking down Diegas. And Pepsi Goose is not looking very pretty as well. His CT is kind of weak. He got a little bit of back shots as well. But it's 1-1 at the moment. Percentage.
Cornite is getting pressured really hard though. They're burning his CT. His CT is open. Royal is trying to help, but can't really just dive at this point.
And
Cornite goes down.
From Konglord.
Somebody dropped a strike on that covered area. Doesn't really do anything.
And then now it's hard, but TSLL really needs to keep up the pressure right now. Otherwise, this should be tricky.
Well, it's tricky to close from this position right
but then
now
again, they
for
have a bit more range,
SRoT.
right? If they can take out Pepsi Goose.
Well, Pepsi Goose is also really hurt. He can't trade against 2 laser vomit mechs, I don't think.
If the Marauder and the Timber are able to team up properly and not with this really super fresh. Pepsi Goose took a really bad burn there. He scored CT. He's basically one touch
He
and
goes
go
down, but Konglord and
But
Eregion
Konglord
are
and
going in.
Iridium, they are going in. Texan following in from the other side. Konglord is lagged. Epic Corner is falling
Royal
back,
gets
trying
lagged.
to...
Royal's one shot.
Iridium is lagged as well.
Royal goes down.
Konglord and Iridium both lagged. If they can lag Texan,
Notfist is
and
TT
his right
open.
leg on Texan is one touch.
Notfist goes down.
He's able to take out Notfist.
Poner's legs are hurt, but Texan's really beat up.
Pawner
and he's the only one that can close, really.
Backpedal. And if Pawner is able to take out Texan right now, and maybe leg him as well, because Texan's right leg really looks bad.
Yeah, it just needs to be tickled by a laser. Although maybe they're going to try and go circle and try and force Poner in to try and play for the points. Because if he doesn't get all 3 kills, that's a lot of points on the table.
It is. And he could try to get at least one other kill. He's circling
Poner is now in the circle, and he's already popped his UAV. So he can't pop another one here, obviously. Texan has to be very careful that he doesn't expose, but I don't think he knows exactly where Poner is.
Is taking the wide angle on the corner, which is a smart play from him. He
legged Texan.
But now
his side torso is now open, and Texan is shielding that leg furiously.
But Poner is almost losing his side torso is gone.
Oh, he was XL. He got Christ. We'll see if he dies from that. Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it out of this at this point.
Let's get into his cockpit. He's down to one large pulse with 3 medium lasers. He's backing up furiously. Strike coming in above him. He's still in the circle. And the thing right now is he's really slow at 62.3 in the Morola.
Yeah, and he has lost a lot of heat dissipation along with all that firepower.
He's peeking the corner here. He's down to 40 kph. Konglord basically one touch in the right leg. Iridium. His right leg is still looking a little bit better.
Poner will probably run into Konglord here. Konglord's on his right and below him. I don't know that Poner knows that, though. Oh, he sees him now.
He takes a shot.
Doesn't get Konglord despite getting 2 shots in. Konglord doesn't have a lot
left
to shoot back with, though.
That would be enough as well. But Poner is not able to take that shot.
He's just barely taking damage from this, too, though. He's really not taking much damage at all at this range. But Texan's now in his back, and Eregion is coming around the side, too.
They are really pressuring him right now. Poner coming around the corner. Konglord circling away.
Yeah, the slow motion pressure is real. Poner's now open everywhere. Open side torsos.
Can he take another kill?
And he goes down. Nope, he goes down. Really good effort from him there at the end. But once he lost that side torso, that was a tough task, yeah.
At least he got the kill on Konglord. That's 2 more points for his team.
Yep. And for damage from TSLL, we've got Konglord doing 518 and 3 kills, Texan 523 and a kill, Eregion 437 and a kill, Pepsi Goose Jagas 337, 198 respectively. They just went down earlier. And then from TSLL, we've got Poner doing 943 and 2 kills. Really, really solid match out of that.
Absolutely.
And then the rest of them, around 200 to 400. Yeah. Pretty standard damage numbers.
But that's another drop 1 for SRoM in terms of points. That means we are at 28 points for SRoM at the moment and 20 points for TSLL. So we are jumping back into the lobby, heading into drop 4.
So we got to switch to assault now, and we got to switch sides.
Indeed. I'm loading into the lobby at the moment. And I will change out the teams.
And I think SROT is only 7 points behind where Mech Enjoyers ended up. And chat, correct me if my math is wrong. I wouldn't be surprised, but that's what I understand. So it's getting very close in the race for second.
Indeed. We have TSLL now on the team 1 side and SRoT on the team 2 side. And the teams can start exchanging pilots, setting up their mechs. We are switching to 400 tons tonnage limitation for this drop 4.
I don't think we've seen a lot of players being switched out, though. I don't really remember any last match. My
No, not
apologies
really.
if I just missed them. And then this match, I think it's been the same 5 from each team each time.
Absolutely. Just on TSLL, I think it was mostly Kong, Texan, and even a Region jumping out and
Oh yeah,
adjusting
the
some mechs maybe.
mech labbing
The
during
mech
the
labbing.
match.
The last second mech labbing. Very popular on the Div A teams actually.
Yeah, that and just general, taking a while to ready up. And although TSLL have generally been pretty quick, which is great, we appreciate that as casters.
And I'm having another quick look at the chat, guys. Yeah,
I mean, I think next time
I
maybe.
still get the memes on the microphone, and I'm sorry, but you guys need to take it for this match. Be happy that we're able to cast, and as I mentioned before, um, this microphone is getting exchanged. It should be better, but it is not. Unfortunately, it didn't act up in the past.
Well, I think just own it at this point. Next time you
Yeah.
stream anything, you should
And
buy a dollar store microphone
next
and
time I'm just gonna
go
take
for
the
it.
microphone into my mouth and go for it like that. And it feels like the audience likes it, so let's do it like that.
No, I mean just buy an actual dollar store mic and
A
see
dollar
how
store
it
mic.
goes.
I like that approach. I should definitely do that.
Maybe
Actually,
for Krasnopesky's sanity, though, on your own channel, I imagine.
but maybe some advice. Maybe it's actually better. And some advice for the people out there. This is a SteelSeries Arctis 7 wireless headset, which is supposed to have one of the best microphones for wireless headsets. As a matter of fact, at least that is what the critics had to say about that headset. That was one of the main reasons to buy it. Seems not to be the case. I don't know how much these guys got paid, but hey, it is what it is. And TSLL seems to be pretty ready in my book.
Yep, they're setting up mostly in Charlie, so
Let's bring up
we'll
the match
see if
spread real
they.
quick with 4 people in Charlie for them on the team 1 side. They seem to be on the Sniper Ridge heavy Delta 4 on the Delta 4 side where we have already marked all the points.
They could, I suppose, also try and do something similar to last match and do like aggressive laser vomit through here.
Indeed.
In comp, we've also often seen like the Epsi side brawl push, but I would not do that. I don't think with this, especially with this tonnage limit. Oh, they're locked, so that's good. And I guess I will add these spots. I don't know exactly where they were, but the kind of edge of the map 5 GDX spots.
And just as a side note, they didn't work out well. So maybe guys out there, don't try them.
Or maybe try them and do it better, differently, different mechs. You never know until you try it, and there could be a way to make that work.
Yeah. On the team 2 side, so far we have 2 Alpha, 2 Bravo, 1 Charlie, which sounds like a ranged approach to me, with spreading people out. Charlie probably going into the Vulcan again.
Oh yeah, into that mound from. Oh yeah,
Turn
Volcano.
5, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I always get the sides mixed up on this one. That's my
Yeah,
problem.
same here. And with the other guys, we most likely will see the usual Bravo 3, Bravo 4 spots, and the Alpha guy is a bit more upfront, Charlie 2, Charlie 3.
Yeah, so actually just like reverse the paths that I drew, because they could do some sort of aggressive laser vomit that way if they wanted to.
Those
But I
teams
think that's
seem to be ready. I'm just
risky.
waiting for the lock call from SRoM, both at 400 tons. They are calling locked as well. Therefore, we can launch this. We will wait until the teams are moving. I'm here on the SRoM side of things and can tell you in a second what they are bringing. Teams are moving right now, and SRoM Konglord in a Medcat 2 with 2 Gauss, 4 ER mediums, 2 ER large lasers, Tigers with the same build here, and we have Pepsi Goose in a Hellfire 2 with 2 heavy large, 4 ER mediums, Iridium Kodiak 3, 4 AC-10s, and on the Vulcan side, Texan Scrublord in another Hellfire with 4 ER mediums and 2 heavy large lasers.
All right, and from TSLL, we have 4 Death Strikes with 2 Gauss. I think it's 4 ER mediums, and then I think it varies a bit, either 2 ER large or 2 LPLs, depending on the player. And then we've got the traditional Viper F, HMG, and micro build. So they're kind of bringing aggressive Gauss vomit. I haven't ever thought about just aggressive Gauss vomit push, but that looks basically like what they're trying to do. I got some good hits on Pepsi Goose there, it looks like 15%, but it's spread. Dijagus maybe more.
Usually for something
no, still spread.
more Dakar. Dijagus down to 87, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for the SRoT players to poke their heads up against this, because it's 4 Death Strikes.
They are taking a real power position here, playing from the open, shooting at everything.
Well, they're just cruising and just playing whack-a-mole. Anything that pops up, they're just going to dump 4 alphas into it if they can.
But they are taking quite some heat by now. Jay-Z down to 80%.
As is tradition, Jay-Z taking the shots first, leading the way.
And Notvis actually got hit in the back very badly. His right torso is almost popped. Cornite taking some bad shots as well at the moment. They drop down here in the canyon. Another strike on them that should cause some serious damage. Jay-Z is eating a lot of it. Cornite taking some of it as well. And
Notvis got really lucky though. He could have, if he took one of those shells, he could have been halved right there. A Regian is open CT in that Kodiak. One of the big drawbacks of the Kodiak.
Texan falling back a bit in the Hellfire on the left flank side. Getting a
Poner is open CT. He's like one shot. He is one shot. He could be. Yep,
and
he's
Pepsi
down.
Goose takes him out.
So now they've kind of switched sides.
They kind of, I would say here, TSLL maneuvered themselves into a very tricky and bad situation, almost.
Well, it's going to depend.
The push here with an open right side torso.
Oh, but he's peeking out. He might be able to get a Regian, but he takes... Ooh, he almost halves Dijagus, I think. Yep, nearly halved. Now he is halved.
Dijagus alone in the open right now, while Iridium...
Well, a Regian is fighting as well, but Dijagus goes down. It wasn't enough. And a Regian is CT open.
Konglord getting
Konglord gets Jay-Z.
Killing him.
It's 4-3 in favor of SRoT, and Notvis eats a strike.
Worlds are going in right now. He's going for Konglord, but he hasn't seen Irigion inside him. Now he has seen him. He's going for him.
Oh yeah,
Turning his
Eregian's
back
gonna
to
die.
Konglord, which might be bad. Irigion might die, but Worlds, did he take a back shot? He lost an arm for sure.
Yeah, Eregian might, or not Eregian, Royal Star might be able to do a lot of work here from that Viper.
But he needs to be careful.
Yes.
And he's
That is
taking
not being
another...
careful,
Okay, that's
Royal.
not at all. Jackson is taking
He,
a flank position here again, and he might get in the shot on
oh,
Worldstar here
Cornite
any
might go
second.
down
No,
here.
he's
Cornite's
shooting
really
Notwist.
wrecked.
Cornite might die soon on the left hand side. Pepsi goes going for him. Worldstar going for Konglord. Jackson has some overwatch on them. Konglord will go down any second, but Worldstar is lagged.
And he's got like no guns
Notwist is
left.
pretty hurt as well. Konglord is killing Notwist here.
Royal goes
Worldstar is going
down.
down from Pepsi Goose, so
Cornite,
it's just Cornite who's left, and he's pretty hurt as well. Dying any second, and there he goes down.
yeah, that was quite quite an interesting drop. I
Indeed.
like the Death Strike idea. It seemed to work relatively well in the beginning, but I think they got caught in crossfires. I feel like a little bit too much. And looking at the damage, Konglord with a big farm, 932, 2 kills. And then behind him, we've got Pepsi Goose, Regian, and Texan all doing between 450 and 539. 3 kills from Pepsi Goose in that Hellfire. Dejagus, unfortunately, only 75 damage, which is not a lot out of a Death Strike. He must just not have been getting good shots off, must have been eating a lot of shots from the 4 Death Strikes, sorry. And then on the TSLL side, the Death Strikes all did between 300 and 500 damage, pretty solid, pretty even. And Royal did 148 with 1 kill, and Notvis got the other kill for them.
Alright, let's get back into the lobby here and have a quick look at the points. I see kind of a pattern in terms of what's happening here, with SRoM winning another drop, the third in a row, taking 10 points, which means they have 38 points right now, and I think that means they are ahead of McIntyre's, aren't they?
Yeah, I think that puts them in second. Let me just do the math again. Yeah, so they have 98 total, and Mech Enjoyers went up to 95. So SROT, I think they've secured second, because I don't think TSLL can catch them at this point. And I
Not anymore.
don't think, yeah, and I don't think TSLL can even catch Mech Enjoyers, but I could be wrong about that. Let me see.
TSLL is at 25 points right now.
Yeah, so I think they have 79 total, and it's just not going to be enough to catch third. So I think they will be in fourth. I think we know how this will all turn out, but they might be able to get a little bit of a consolation win here at the end and go out strong.
Or they just go for a meme drop deck with 4 people leaving the lobby for TSLL. That's a possibility as well.
Oh, I think if you go for a meme, you should go for a meme that you think is going to work really well. And yeah, that's my opinion. Don't go for memes that are just kind of like
No.
really memey, funny, ridiculous. Go for something that you think is kind of dumb on its face and kind of weird, but is gonna
Has a
catch them
chance
off
to
guard.
work, actually. That
Yeah,
would be nice, yeah.
I mean, like Lerms on mining, or I don't know. There have been a variety of interesting strats people have pulled off over the
And
years.
with Jay-Z in the mix, you always need to expect something like that.
Yeah, I think in the last match of Worlds last year, I think, I can't remember what they were called, but JGX Junior, I think they brought Streaks and Lerms to Polar on that match, and I believe they won that one,
I think
which
so.
is pretty unusual in Div A. So something like that, something weird, but that has a really solid chance of winning, and there's a compelling reason to do it.
It can happen, of course, and especially back in the day, I think Polar was still the old Polar, which was a bit more flat with less cover.
Oh no, it was New Polar.
It
It
was
was
New
New
Polar
Polar for
already?
sure. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
right.
Last December.
Yeah, I kind of still miss Old Polar, but I might be the only one.
Oh, I do not. Not at all.
I really liked it. It was, especially in comp, it was challenging to play, and it was possible to pull off a lot of different strategies, as a matter of fact, even more brawly ones. But you had to.
I think Brawl was, from my perspective, on Old Polar in comp, it was only really a thing if you were playing domination. Because I know, like, I was in Div B at the time, but I know we brought like more of an MPL push deck to that and
Yes.
won really solidly. But Div A, it would mostly be ER large. I don't I don't know if Gauss rifles were ever relevant on that map at the time,
Not sure
and
anymore. I think
probably
it
some
was
peeps.
mostly larges.
Yeah,
But of course,
a
you
lot
were
of, lot
able
of
to
blue
bring
lasers.
something like a fast medium pulse laser push deck, especially I think on Conquest as well, as a matter of fact.
I think it's just too open for that.
It is open, but you were able to snag some kind of Conquest wins at least, and I think I was playing this B back at that time as well.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't. I don't remember if I ever played it on Conquest because I think it was not in the map pool for my first Worlds, and I don't think
I
it's
played it
been
during
back since that.
MRBC
Yeah.
7.
Oh, gotcha. I was not playing comp at that time. I may not have even been playing the game at that time. Yeah, there's a lot of history that I'm not aware of because I started in 2017.
Yeah, I think that was about the time when I stopped playing comp for a while.
Oh, I mean, I started playing the game at all in
Oh, okay.
2017. Comp was early 2019 was when
Yeah.
I started up.
I started in 2015, 2016, something like that. Played comp since
Okay,
MRBC 7, season 7 up into season 9.
nice.
Casted the first Worlds and refed a bit, but didn't play anymore at that time, and then took a
All
longer
right,
break.
Team 1 is locked.
They
We
are
haven't really
Bravo.
covered the map strat.
Not really. Let's bring it up real quick and let's have a look. I mean, it's not so different from what we have seen before. Oh, it is. It is. They have 4 people in Bravo and just 1 in Charlie.
I think that's similar to what. Oh wait, no, that's. Yeah, they could be maybe making an aggressive play from the north or trying to split the map north south. I would expect somebody on Cakes. I'm curious what they are putting in Charlie because if that's a traitor, that would be pretty exposed.
Very much.
SROT looking like they're splitting Charlie Alpha, so we might be looking at these teams splitting the map north south based on where they're lining up.
Yes.
Just waiting on SROT, and we've got
3 and Charlie.
475 from TSLL, 475 from SROT. Has either team brought an XE yet?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, the dream is alive then. This could be
10 XE?
10 XEs.
That would be nice to see. I'd like that. And
Last
it's not
chance for
so
Div A for
unlikely,
it.
isn't it? With 2 teams at 475. That's a big possibility, actually.
Yeah, it's reasonably likely. It's a really strong mech. It's really good on this map in particular. I mean, it's great in general, but on this map, it's quite good. So we'll see. We saw the jumping bear earlier. We could see 10 XEs. As always, just waiting for players to ready up. Okay, TSLL shuffling things around a bit. They're putting everybody in alpha. So that's definitely looking more like splitting north-south. They've got one in Charlie. So Kong Lord
He's calling
maybe
it.
tipping his hand a little bit.
He's actually calling it.
Makes me wonder if they arranged this or we'll see.
Cornet is basically confirming. May the best one win.
And they're both locked up, so we can send it. And I would expect probably mostly the high mount XEs, probably a lot of PPC, and then whatever red lasers you want. It seems like players kind of choose their favorite combination. But if one of the teams wants to play aggressive laser vomit, they could try that, like the XEA set of 8, but the low mounts could be quite an issue on this map. All right, here we go. So we do have 10 XCs on the field. From TSLL, I'll get those ones. Not this with 2 LPLs, 6 SPLs, 6 micros. Poner with pretty much the same 6 SPLs, 2 LPLs, 5 ER micros. Royal with 6, 2, and 6. Cornite also 6, 2, and 6.
Seems to be the same.
And then JZ with 6, 2, and 6.
Yeah, on the SRoM side, yeah. Pepsi Goose, 2 ER peeps, 6 small pulls, 5 ER micros. And behind him, Kong Lord, 1 UX20, 2 ER peeps actually. Irigion, 6 small pulls, 2 ER peeps, 4 ER micros. Texan, Scrub Lord, 3 ER peeps, 7 ER micros, so they all seem to have their individual approach to things here. And we
Yeah,
have
but definitely
Vegas in the back with 6 small pulls, 2 ER peeps, and 5 ER micros.
Yep, and I actually like the SROT deck more. I mean, Kong Lord, of course, with the kind of weird pick that's probably a set of 8 build is my suspicion, but I like the peeps on this map. I think the way TSLL probably wins this, which they might be rolling out now, is try and push in, because they have LPLs instead of peeps. They're going to have more DPS. And they're just moving up kind of under cover of the center buildings, popping a UAV to make sure they don't get jumped by Pepsi Goose here. He gives them his back a little bit, but he'll get away pretty clean. And I think they're just going to probably hop up to this. I think it's the Echo 4, Echo 5.
Yeah, they're attacking Irigion right now. And
yep, they're going to jump a Regian and Texan.
Most likely. But with Konglord and Jägers in the back, they will definitely take some heat as well. Irigion backpedaling right now, trying to get away, but taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah, he needed to get out of there earlier. He needed to fade away like Texan did there, so he'd have more support and more people putting damage into the TSLL mechs.
But so far, Irigion still alive, and all of the TSLL mechs take definitely some damage, and I get softened up.
Poner's going to finish him here, though. He's just going to push him in. He's just saying, I'll take this kill. There you go.
He's back to Jägers and Texan in the back, getting a back shot at least.
Yeah, he came through fairly clean. Kong Lord working that set of 8 build.
Worlds are pushing in on Kong and Jägers right now, while Fauna, Northwest and Texan push Pepsi Goose.
Royal showing his back, getting farmed. He's going to go down any minute.
Going to down any second as well. Tanking quite well. Royal and Texan going down at the same time, but JZ went down as well. So it's 3-on-2 right now. SRoM has the lead here, and percentage-wise as well, I would say.
Yeah, they should be okay because DeJacus he's fresh. I mean, he's barely
super
been
fresh.
shot. Yeah, so he should be able to
And they are
tank quite a
focusing
bit.
Notvis right now. Pepsi was a bit in the middle between Epic Fauna and
Oh, Boner
Notvis.
shut down
He
and
shut
ate
down,
a
he's
lot of
going down right
damage.
now. Pepsi is tanking it out against Notvis. Notvis still alive, but just a shot away from being killed. CT cord halved, and there he goes down. That's
Yep, so
another
another SROT
5
win.
to 3 victory for SRoM on memes.
What a drop.
That
All
will be
right,
fun to watch.
so damage numbers: Kong Lord 677 and a kill for SROT. Pepsi Goose 546, and then the rest of them, 325 to 480. DeJagus got 2 kills. Texan got 1. For TSLL, we saw Poner getting 665 and a kill. Notvis 586 and 2 kills, and then the rest between 200, 350. So they went down relatively quick there, and we just saw the PPC deck did happen to beat the aggressive LPL deck this time. So that will be another 10 points for SROT, right?
Indeed, and that leads us to our final standing of 48 points for SRoT on memes, to 30 points for TSLL here. 4 drops won by SRoT, and I have to say, after the first drop won by TSLL, which was close as well, 5 to 4, the following 4 drops were all won by SRoT with 5 to 3 kills, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, so some similarity there in that it seems like mech enjoyers may have been more comfortable with the heavier drops in our earlier match, and looks like the same was true of SROT. And I think that means that 5JDX, they take first in Div A, SROT will take second, mech enjoyers third, and TSLL will take fourth. But all the matches, I mean, they were not that far apart in either of these matches today. TSLL did lose the majority of the drops, but they got some good kills in each of them and put
A
in a
lot
good
of the
showing.
drops were actually very, very close, and it could have gone either way.
Yep.
Maybe SRoT won in the majority of the drops in terms of how they played their strategies, a bit more versatile, maybe reacting in certain situations this brink of a second faster, and therefore tipping the point more into their direction in the end, and therefore they definitely deserve this victory. And congratulations to them for taking second place in this tournament in Div A.
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations, SROT.
But congratulations to all of the teams. I think they all performed extremely well. It was a pleasure to cast with you, Brower. Thank you for being here with me today, especially considering the sound issues we had. Was good to have you in here as the voice, basically, while I had to keep a little bit more quiet. Um, and shout out to all the teams who will still play on the weekend. I encourage the viewers of the stream to look out for the other streams tonight, and wish you a pleasant night.
Yeah, thank you, Paradox. This was great, and congrats to SROT again. And looking forward to seeing the rest of the matches.
Thank you. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.